We're live. We're live. Hi, guys, and welcome to the wellness class curated by Obsidian Advisory Africa. And we have with us the amazing Yoga Pixie. Um, I'm super excited because for a long time, this has been a major desire for us to put together a wellness class for fashion professionals, women who are always in the grind, doing fashion, making women look good, and putting out wonderful collections. And it's awesome to have someone who is passionate about wellness, but more importantly, who actually has a personal understanding about fashion. But I won't do the introduction, so I'm gonna, make room for her to introduce herself and also tell us how she kinds of has a personal understanding about what women go through, especially women who have a major career in fashion. So I'm going to open the floor for the Yoga Pixie. I think you should also share with us where you came about that name, Yoga Pixie. Welcome,
Hi,
Yoga.
everybody. Welcome if you're live with us. Welcome if you're joining a repeat of the program. It's so good to be here. My name is Janet JEVWE MOLOKWU. Well, Yoga Pixie just randomly came about because I used to dance ballet. I really love ballet, and I still teach ballet though. And somehow it just sounded nice, Pixie. And then I was trying to at the time I was trying to blend both worlds of teaching ballet and teaching yoga. So yeah, nothing spectacular like that. But yeah, it's amazing to be here. When Dami told me about the session, I was more than excited to offer something, for International Women's Month. Um, I think that women in fashion, at least to the best of my own knowledge, majorly suffer postural issues. So there's almost always them either perpetually standing or perpetually sitting for long hours. And yes, we know that it's all the rage now. Everybody's saying sitting is the new smoking, don't sit for long, and all of those things. But it's easy to tell a person, don't sit for long hours, stand up. But what do you actually do to, help improve your posture, help prevent yourself from injuries, even though we can't but go about our busy schedules. We can't but go about the daily grind, But what can you do to make sure that your body is actively protecting you from injuries? What can you do to make sure that as you grow older, your body still has the efficiency, of your youth? Because it is possible. Yes, sometimes things happen, people injuries happen, and that's normal. But to the best of your ability, what can you do to improve the efficiency of your body? To prevent unnecessary pain, to prevent chronic pain. Chronic pain is one of the worst diseases happening now. So what can you do to prevent all of those things? And that's what we're here to discuss. And of course, there'll be a yoga session. Um, Contrary to
Thanks.
anything people have thought about yoga, or if you have never experienced a yoga class, what you believe about yoga, I want to invite you to be open minded. This yoga session is going to be strictly sitting, because we want to be practical, right? You don't go about with a yoga mat. You're not even in your place of work with a yoga mat. I am, because it's my job, But the thing is, what can you do when you're not with a yoga mat? What can you do when you're not lying down? Because yoga has been streamlined to a practice that you have to do lying down, But that's not only the only thing. It is yoga is adaptable to different people, different environments. So, yeah.
I'm so excited about this because I think people have a mindset about yoga. A lot of Africans are here to embrace yoga. And that's why, when we put the poster out, we actually called it wellness so that it helps people understand that aside from what it's called, it's actually the benefit of it. Before we dive into the session, I would like you to talk about your background, having a mom who is a fashion designer and understanding firsthand, the difficulties and the challenges that fashion designers have. And I would like us to talk about the specific pain points. One thing I know is that, having had a background also in design, right? I know that there are particular points where designers, deal with pain. Personally, I had to deal with a lot of back pain, right? So I would like you to touch on some of the areas that most women deal with pain. And because of how sensitive our bodies are, especially women, there are particular complications that tend to arise, that would also fall into the monthly, what's it called, cycle that women tend to have. So, these things just compound and become something that we just bear as women. And professionally, it always affects work and our output. So I would like you to talk about that. You know, you knowing what it is that women go through, having a mom that has gone through a career in fashion, and then talking about how it affects our daily work as well.
So with my mom, it's not much of a long-term career. She started fashion. She started the fashion business. It's funny. Her story is funny. She had started fashion a long time ago, got a couple of bad advice, and then stopped. This was long before I was born. And then 4 years ago, my dad passed, and she started to look for things in which she found joy. And she found that fashion was just one of those things. So she started to pick it up again. She employed a teacher. She started to learn designs and sewing all over again. So she hasn't been doing it for a long time. However, I can see how it's impacting her work, because sometimes I would see her say or hear her say, oh, she's not able to do a certain job, or she's not able to. Of course, she has people who have to work for her, but she's not able to do as much work as she would be able, because she's suffered back pain for a couple months now, which is getting better from. But the thing with being in the fashion business, to the best of my knowledge, this might not be true for everybody. But the thing is that um, the posture is is almost constantly tense, because you are in a habitual movement, or a habitual pattern, or habitual posture. So it's that if you have to cut over a table, naturally you have to be hunched over the table. Now, this is not to say that to be hunched over is a bad thing. The problem is that we are not aware when it starts to feel uncomfortable for the body.
Right.
So
Right.
that's one of the things. And then there's this idea called mesotalgia. Mesotalgia is foot pain, or pain of the toes, and it feels like such a small thing. But if you realize that the foot or the feet are your foundation on the ground, the feet are literally the foundation for the entire body. It's bearing the entire weight of the body, and you're on the feet every single minute of the day, because you need to get work done, and you're not doing anything to, maybe not counter, but to take care of the feet in the midst of the work that you do, then naturally it develops into pain. And pain simply means that your body is screaming at you. So I liked this quote by a teacher which says, hear the body whisper so that you don't have to hear it scream. Or more like, listen to the body whisper so you don't have to hear it scream. So the body is constantly whispering to us. When you're sitting in a particular position, the body says to you, oh, this feels a bit uncomfortable. Or it's probably time to stand up now. And I don't have anything against using Fitbits, but these are things that Fitbits cannot do for you. A Fitbit will probably say, oh, it's been 2 hours, you should stand up. Or, oh, I clock my time for getting up every hour, or turning my head around every hour. Those things are nice, but the internal wisdom of your body is constantly speaking to you. It's constantly saying to you, this position might not be comfortable. There are things you can do. Maybe you can adjust. Maybe you can stretch a little. Maybe you need to breathe even more. And the breath is one of the most amazing things that we often take for granted. So that's about the idea of mesotalgia. And then there's also something called Taylor's bunion. So bunion is just um, when you have a lot of pressure on the feet, and you have like an kind of like an outgrowth. I don't know if you've seen it in some people's feet before, like an
Yes.
outgrowth on the big toes. So tailor's bunion usually happens on the little toes. Of course, I'm using my hand, but so yeah, there's a bunion on the big toe, there's the tailor's bunion on the little toes, and these things might not be painful, but in time, it can get uncomfortable. It can actually develop to pain. You can wear shoes and the shoes will not fit perfectly because, of course, you have that extra thing sticking out. You have that extra pressure on your foot that begins to hurt. So it's easy to ignore these little things because I mean they're not so serious. But problem is that they are not so serious until they actually get serious. So yeah, that's I would say is my point of view when it comes to what fashion designers majorly suffer through.
So, do you think that there are conditions, or do you think that there are exercises that can also help in treating ulcers? So
Which
I'm not sure if ulcer. So I know that there are a lot of tailors, right, that tend to have neck pain, ulcer, headaches, right, and fatigue. Some of them might be as a result of terrible work culture, right? So they don't know how to stop, really. They don't know how to take a break, right? So because they have this deadline, they need to meet, they just go on working, working, working. They don't know how to take a break. And I'm glad that today's exercise is something that is so easy to do without necessarily getting up. So you don't have the excuse of saying, I don't have time to get up and put a mat. I don't have space. I don't have the room to go to a gym. I can't afford a membership in a gym. These are things that you should be able to do right there on your seat in your office, right? So, are there the kinds of exercises that can help with neck pain that we're going to do today? Neck pain, fatigue, I mentioned something else, headaches, right? Because having worked with tailors, fashion professionals, I realized that some of the things you've mentioned, as well as the ones I've mentioned, tend to be some of the health challenges that many fashion professionals, even tailors, employees, face because there's so much employee turnovers. Tailors, fashion businesses experience a lot of absenteeisms. Tailors just call in and say, I'm not coming to work, right? I'm not feeling well. The root cause of some of these illnesses are the inability to care for themselves. I love the quote that you shared. That's why we're putting it up on the screen. They are not listening to their bodies. They don't understand what the body's saying. And I think those cues, headaches consistently, drinking water, taking a short nap, um, taking out a break to do the exercises, which I'm hoping we will do today. Are there specific exercises that repeatedly would help ease out pain? And what are these exercises called? And what are the benefits of these exercises?
Sure. Before I go into all of those, you had mentioned ulcer, so I'm not going
Yes,
to describe ulcer because I'm not a medical professional, so I
right,
don't have experience on ulcer. Um, However, with every other thing, for people, I'll begin with people who are not yet experiencing these extremes. They're not yet experiencing the migraines or the back injuries or the back issues or all of those problems. The thing is, first of all,
right,
develop awareness of how you are constantly living, how you are constantly moving through your day. So the idea of yoga is one of the ideas of yoga is consciousness. Are you conscious of how you are doing a certain thing that you're doing, or are you just on autopilot? I'm used to it. I mean, if I wake up in the morning and I probably just brush my teeth, next thing to wash my face, and I'm constantly doing that every day because it's just something I'm used to, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But adding a bit of consciousness to your day, just consciously noticing what does it feel like to cut a particular fabric in this particular way. Just it's so simple. It's also something we can disregard because it's paying attention, what's there, but it's so important. being conscious is so important for the mind as it is for the body, because whatever impacts your mind impacts your body, whatever impacts your body impacts your mind. So being conscious of how you are living on a daily basis, how you are doing even the littlest things, even when you eat, you taste the food that you're eating. Do you, how does it feel? What's the texture? As little as that helps develop that consciousness and awareness in your mind. And when you have that consciousness, that present moment awareness, it also impacts your body. It also impacts how you are dealing with your body, because you start to feel more deeply. What are the things
Right.
that I'm doing that I need to cut down on? What are the habits that I need to um, include in my day? And it's amazing, because even as little as these things start, when they start to build up, it starts to go as far as, how am I eating? What are the things that I can cut out of my diet? What are the things I need to include? How can I take care of myself more? It becomes more about self consciousness. What am I doing that is not honoring this body? This body works for me every single day. This body is going through so much work. And this body is the only one that I get in my
Right.
entire, this is the only body I get. I don't have a substitute. I'm not going to be like, oh, it broke down, I have to go and pick up the other one. No, this is the only body you get your entire life. So the moment you start to have that self awareness, this is what I need to do. I need to honor this body. I need to take care of this body. You are already on your way to avoiding all of these troubles. And if you're already facing those things, you're already facing the migraines, you're already facing the neck pain, the back pain. If it's chronic, you've probably had the pain over 6 months, 1 year. There's no hope lost, really. There are exercises and, of course, yoga postures that you can do. However, they should be consistent. So that's one of the problems we have. It's that uh, it's like weight loss, for example. So imagine you say, my goal this year is to lose so and so pounds, or so and so kg, and I achieve the goal, and I'm excited, like, yes, summer body loading and all of those things. But I go back to my old habits. I go back to probably eating the type of food that I know were not good for me in the first place. I'm I'm just doing the things that I was doing before I decided to lose weight. Then your body just circles back. It's like a vicious cycle. You're going back to where you started from. So you have to start all over again with, okay, so my goal this year is to lose so and so. And maybe for some people there's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to taking care of your body, there is a need to be consistent. You can't say, oh, I probably did this yoga posture and I feel fine today, so tomorrow I'm going to do whatsoever. It's a conscious, continuous program, continuous living to practice for you. And that's really what yoga is. Yoga starts to feel like, I'm not doing it anymore. Because when you start, it would feel like a lot. It would feel like, oh, I have to do this consciously. I have to every day stretch my neck. I have to. But to an extent, yoga becomes being. It becomes part of you. It becomes something that you are something that feels a part of your body, of your mind. So it doesn't feel like you're doing it, or like you have to stress out to think about what you need to do today. It just feels like, oh, this is what my body needs. It becomes a part of you. And yeah, for those who suffer all of these pains, that's just really my thoughts towards it, is that you have to put in continuous practice into everything that we do today. If you find something that works for you, something that feels good for you, there's so many others that you can do lying down that we'll probably not be doing today. But when you find those things that work for you, you need to do them on a daily basis, because when you go back to the things you were doing before, and you stop those things that were helping, you're just really moving in a vicious cycle.
I'm so glad to hear that. So I think it's time for us to move into the session. Um, where we're waiting for you. When you're ready to take us through the practical sessions, we can go.
Okay. Okay. To begin the session, we begin with breathing. Um, I want you to imagine holding your fingers or holding your hands in a tight fist. This tension cannot be possible when you're breathing deeply. What I mean is that breathing releases tension in your body. So even when you find that you're probably, or you forget to move, or you probably don't have time to move, that's almost always the excuse or the reasons that you don't have time. Sitting for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and just breathing in and out is an impactful way to relieve tension in your body. And it's like the first step to easing pain, to easing chronic pain. Um, so we're going to begin with that. And like I said, just hold your fingers in that tight fist. And then take a full breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. I don't know about you, but it's almost impossible to hold my hands and breathe deeply. So what that says is whenever you feel tension in your body, you're not breathing well. You're not filling your body up with the capacity of oxygen that you need. So yes, we will begin from breathing. So I'll just move my camera backward a bit so we have some space. Let me know that you can see me up to my thighs. All right. Okay. So release the hands down on your thighs and or place the hands on your belly. So either one works. Now when we start to breathe, we don't want to consciously breathe into the chest. Naturally, when you breathe in and out, there's a rise and fall of the chest. But when we're consciously breathing, we want to breathe fuller and move the breath down into the lungs. So you're filling up the entire lungs. When you fill up the entire lungs, your diaphragm pulls down actually to fill up the lungs. So your diaphragm is a muscle right here underneath the thoracic part of your body. And that pulls, draws down. Just so I'm saying this not for any science geek, but for you to actually visualize that. Visualize that when you breathe, you have a muscle here that goes down and your lungs fill up. And then when you breathe out, the muscle collapses and the lungs just relax. Everything comes out. So again, breathe in, the muscle pulls. And when you breathe out, the muscle just goes back to its normal position, and then the air can come out of the nose. Now, naturally, when the muscle pulls down, just imagine the belly expanding. So I don't want you to breathe and just consciously expand the belly. I want you to feel the breath going in all the way down. Feel the expansion. When you breathe out, feel everything contracting again, coming back to normal. And then the air comes upward and outward. So if you're ready, let's breathe together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through the nose. And you can feel the rise and fall on your hands. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. And notice that the shoulders are relaxed. We're not breathing into the shoulders. We're not breathing into the chest here. We're breathing downwards. Inhale. Exhale. And for deeper sensation of this breath, you can close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Don't give up yet. Inhale. And even if you don't feel that rise and fall, even if you don't feel that visualization yet, just keep going, keep trying. Exhale. And whatever you're doing, just slow the breath down. Inhale. Exhale. And then relax your hands on your thighs. keeping the eyes closed. Begin by honoring yourself for being here. This means that you're taking out time to take care of yourself, to take care of the body. Appreciate yourself for showing up. And then notice how you can bring all of this into your daily life, everything that we've discussed so far. Perhaps make a statement of certainty. There might be so many things you might have heard or learned or desired to do. But bring one thing. What's the one thing that I'll bring into this practice today and into my own day, into my life? Take a few moments. Everything is slowing down. There's nowhere else to be right now. There's nothing else to do right now. Permit this silence, permit this space. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, so let's begin with the movement. Draw your ear down towards your shoulder. So whatever area you're on, left or right, draw the ear down towards your shoulder. And then reach that hand on that same side, on the other side, pardon me, wide. Turn the palm. So the palm turns this way to face the back of the room. So you're here. Take a breath in and a breath out. And maybe you can feel length through the side of the neck, all the way running down the arm. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Take one more breath like that and lower down. Same thing other side, draw the ear down. Opposite arm reaches, same thing, palm faces the back. You can close the eyes, feel the sensation. Inhale. Exhale, we are still taking the full breath into the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Slowly lower down. And then draw the chin down towards your chest. You can feel the back of the neck and breathe into it. Take a head roll to the right or to the left. One more time like that. Move mindfully. So that means move with awareness. Notice what's going on. And then other side. And there is no force, there is no tension. Breathe in and breathe out. And then squeeze the shoulders up towards your ears. Notice the tension. Notice this tension because sometimes we find ourselves in this position squeezing up. And then exhale, lower the shoulders down slowly. Notice how this feels different. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Again, inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, draw the shoulders down. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the shoulders down. And then taking controlled rotations along the shoulders. Breathe in and out, and very small movement. Don't go all the way wide, just very small movement. Move along the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Like you're drawing small circles with your elbows, and then opposite sides. Keep the breath in and out. Well done. Relax the arms down. And one more like that. So this time, bigger circles with the entire arm. Sweep the arm up, inhale, exhale. Just two on each side, opposite. Feel into the shoulder. Same thing other side, inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Maybe you can feel the tightness in your shoulder. Opposite side, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And then we move to the elbows. So all of these smaller joints carry a lot of load through the day. Open the arm wide and push the palms up. Spread the arms, palms towards or away from you. Push the palms away. Turn the palms and lift. So flip and push, flip and lift. Flip and push, just bringing movement to your elbows. And then shake it out. Moving down to your wrists. Rotations again. And then opposite side. And if this feels nice, you can do this for a few more breaths. And opposite side. Keep breathing in and out. There's nowhere to be. Notice when you start to hold your breath in these movements. And keep the breath flowing. And then start to flick the fingers out. Breathe in and out. Just let go of tension in the fingers. Flick them out. You can lift the arms up. You can lift sideways. Keep flicking the fingers out. Breathe in and out as you move. And then let them go. All right, so we move to the sides of the body. As you inhale, lift the arm up. So remember, right or left doesn't matter. Just start with whatever feels nice. And exhale, send it to the opposite side. Side bend. You can look up or you can look down. Notice what feels good for your neck. Keep breathing in and out. You can take 5 to 10 breaths here and then come back. And you're lifting the other arm. Same thing. Inhale. Exhale. Send it down. Inhale. Exhale. Look at the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, you can stay 5 to 10 breaths. Notice what feels nice for your body. Inhale and exhale. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now we're going to go for twists. Twists feel great for the spine. Bring the right, if you're using the right hand, bring the right hand to your left thigh. If you're using the left hand to your right thigh. Wherever you begin with, twist to that side. Just in the direction of the thigh you have your hand on. And as you twist, take 10 breaths. So remember, one breath, inhale and exhale. And don't push too hard. We're only moving as far as it feels nice for the back. And we're not trying to jam into a perfect twist. There's no perfection in yoga. Keep breathing. On your own 10th breath, you're coming back to take it to the opposite side. Again, you're taking 10 breaths. Inhale and exhale as you twist. There's ease in your movement. And then come back on your own 10th breath. Next one again, we're moving along the spine. Draw the chin down to your chest. And we're rolling all the way down to relax the hands to your toes, relax the head down. And remember, you are still seated. So lower the chin down, roll down. And as you roll, notice each bone of the spine, vertebra by vertebra, each bone as you lower down. Move mindfully. Move with awareness. Relax the arms down, relax the head down. Take 5 more breaths here. And maybe you can start to notice the lower back in this pose. If you notice the lower back, breathe almost like you can inhale and exhale into whatever you feel in your back. And then when you're ready, slowly start to roll up vertebra by vertebra, feel the spine. And we're moving into gentle stretches for the hips. Bring the knee up to your chest, again, whichever side, left or right. Flex the foot so you're pulling the toes back. And bring the ankle over your thigh and move back here. And you have this figure 4 position. Gently with your hand open, you're not pressing on the knee, please. Gently open the thigh, very gentle. You're still flexing the foot to protect your knee joint. Gently open. Keep breathing as you open. Maybe it doesn't get as wide as this, that's fine. Keep breathing. If this feels comfortable enough, you can lower the body down over the thigh and relax your hands down. If this feels like too much, just gently come back to where you were. Keep breathing in and out. Go only in the range that feels nice for your body. There is no force, there is no perfection of any poses. Take a breath in, come back up, relax the leg down. Same thing on the other side, bring the knee to your chest, flex the foot, and bring it over the other thigh. Relax the leg down and lower the body as far as you can go. You can hold it here, you can come back up or go all the way down. Find what works and what feels nice. If it doesn't feel nice, please don't do it. And remember to breathe. You're already breathing, that's why you're alive, but remember to breathe consciously. Take a breath in. Exhale, come back up. And now we're stretching the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Often when the hamstrings are tight, when the hips are tight, you may start to feel pain or pulling around the back. So from here, stretch the leg out. If you can see me, it's different on this one. So I'm going to tilt it downward. Stretch the leg out. Still flexing your foot so the toes are pulling in. Relax the leg down and lower the body over that leg. Bring your head to your knee if that feels good, and take 5 breaths. You can always take 10 if it feels really nice. And then do the same thing when you're ready on the other side. Stretch the leg out, the other one stays bent. And then relax your body over the leg. You can bring your knee to your chest, your head to your knee, my bad. Take a breath in. And exhale, come back. I'll just flip the camera back. And then gentle stretches for the knee and also strengthening for the muscle thigh muscle that helps to protect the knee. Stretch the leg out and bend. You can hold onto something if you need to. But however, doing it without holding onto and leaning back can help the strength. So flex and bend, flex and bend. Keep breathing in and out. Stretch and bend, stretch and lower. Same thing on the other side. And you can always do 5 to 10. Whatever you're doing, notice when you start to hold your breath and breathe fully, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. 5 to 10 and lower down. You can shake the legs out, breathe in and out. And then next we go to the ankles. The ankle joint is sometimes ignored. Remember that this joint, alongside the joints in your feet, are holding up and bearing the weight of the body. So we're rolling, and again I'll bend the camera. We're rolling in one direction and then the other direction. Breathing in and out. And then with the feet, we're pushing gently inward and then pointing the toes forward. Gently pushing back and pointing the toes. Pushing back again, stretching along the ankles, stretching the toes. Pushing back, point, flex the toes as well. And then point and move to the other foot. Roll the ankle. And then the other direction. Do what feels nice. And then flex and point. Keep breathing. Flex along the ankle and your toes and point. Flex and point. Keep breathing. And one more here, if it feels nice on the foot, you can give a gentle massage, a gentle squeeze with the thumb, just pressing into the feet. Gently massage the soles of the feet for as long as you need to, and then you can switch to the other side. Remember, it's your own practice. So you're only doing what feels nice. And we're almost done here. Lift your arms up, breathe in. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you're drawing your shoulders back, lift the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. And then hold it here. Lift the chest, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Lower down, breathe out. Breathe in again. Exhale through your mouth. And then one more, we stand. So sweep your arms all the way up and lift up to a standing position. Exhale, lower down, bring your hands to your heart. Or bring your hands to your thighs. Settle into your breath. And notice how the body feels. Notice if something feels different. If something shifted or not. Just simply notice what is there. And we take 5 breaths to end the practice. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And take one more breath in. And exhale. Appreciate yourself for showing up. for being here today, for taking care of your body. Namaste. And I appreciate you for
So
joining me as well. Thank you.
thank you so much. This
Thank
was
you.
the impression you made on me at Africa Next that got me glued. I
Thank you.
had started this whole wellness journey last year, and I think I came across yoga. I think earlier this year, and I've always been yoga. No, I just wanted something that was easy, fluid, and comfortable at the same time for um, for every day. Aside
Mhm.
from running, I'm a fan of running, and then I came across yoga, and aside from Namaste, for personal reasons, right? And I think that the consciousness that comes with yoga is very insightful. And I'm actually just waiting for questions to start popping in, and then I'll share the questions. But my question personally is, um, what exactly does what exactly does at what point does it become very strenuous? Because I think a lot of people have this perception that it's so easy, it's not exerting enough. So people would rather the gym, right? So at what point at what point does it become strenuous? And is this sufficient for fashion professionals? Is this exercise that we've just practiced, is this sufficient for professionals, such that if they do this every other day at work, can this be enough for them and they don't have to go to the gym?
Okay. So to answer the last question first, what we did right now is therapy, is therapeutic movement. It's not workout. It's not heavy workout. It would not help your calorie counts. It would not. That's not what it's for. This is to take care of your joints. This is to take care of your body, to take care of your muscles, to prevent injuries, to help pain if you're already suffering from pain. So this is more of a therapeutic movement, not something to substitute for the gym. However, there are several different types of yoga. So, like I mentioned before, yoga is adaptable to who you are, what you're looking for, what you need. Personally, my yoga practice is very strong. It's called power yoga. I love the strength that comes with power yoga. I love the energy that's exerted when you do power yoga. So sometimes in my class, when I have a power yoga class, some guys come all buff thinking, oh, it's just a gym, it's just yoga, they can never be as high. Yoga can actually sometimes be, it can feel it can feel tougher than the gym, depending on what you're doing, depending on what you're looking for. Um, and those are practices that are helpful for strength, mentally to build resilience. So I personally enjoy power yoga. So people who are looking for a more workout esque kind of practice would probably go for workout power yoga. But people who are looking for therapy, who just want to move and take care of themselves, who aren't looking for
Right.
anything that
Exactly.
exerts too much energy, ladies who are pregnant, older people, they don't have to go into all of that more difficult styles. There's some styles that are also good for flexibility. Of course, almost all yoga practice is good for flexibility because it helps your range of motion. But there are certain poses that you use to target um, those certain areas of the body for flexibility. So people just adapt to what styles of yoga feels
Their
nice for
need.
the body, what they're looking for. Yes.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think that based on the feedback that I'm hoping that we will receive, um, I'm hoping that this session, because one of the things we're hoping to do with this session is for people to adapt it to um, sharing it with their employees, not just because what we've done is that we've encouraged business owners to come back to this video. So the thing is, business owners will eventually watch this and then call their team together, probably pick a day, and then they watch it together. This is what we're hoping to promote with this recording is team bonding session with their team. They sit with their team, probably project it, and then they watch it and share with their team so that they can also help their team realize that it's okay for you not to have time to lose weight, but it's important that you are also aware of your body and you can take care of your body. And I think it's good that you're able to clarify that this is not about losing weight. This is about listening to your body and offering your body that therapy that it needs daily or every other day. Okay, so we have a question here. I'm just going to put it up on the screen. It says, how frequently can a person perform yoga, and what is the difference between this and meditation? Okay.
Um, hey, Gisela, I hope I pronounced your name well. Thank you for the question. You can practice yoga as, I don't like to use the word perform. The reason is that, I'm just going to break down your question. I hope you don't mind. So, the reason I don't use the word perform is that some people feel like yoga is something that you have to do to look nice. When you do certain poses, the poses have to look nice or look exactly like what we see on YouTube or what we see in the yoga books. So no, we don't perform yoga. We practice because we come however our body feels. If I'm able to do a back bend today and it looks glorious, when I'm on my period, I probably won't be able to do that because my body is like, heck no. So yoga is a practice of how your body feels per time. That being said, you can practice yoga every day if it feels good, if you find the time every day. And then yoga is not really having to practice for a whole hour, not even practicing for 30 minutes. You can practice 15 minutes. So if you're able to practice 15 minutes, 5 minutes every day, that's very helpful for your body. If you find that you're not able to, or you sometimes forget, practicing 3 times a day as well is helpful. However, for people that are already suffering chronic pain, it's more impactful that you're able to have this gentle movement every day, at least 5 to 15 minutes. And then your second question about meditation. Yoga and meditation actually go hand in hand because yoga is mindful. Yoga is mindful movement. Yoga is not just about the physical postures. Yoga has, it's called limbs in yoga. There are different limbs of yoga that discusses your attitude towards life, your attitude towards other people. Yoga is broad. So yoga also meditation is also involved in the practice of yoga. And even when we move, movement is like meditation because you are conscious and aware. Meditation is your state of awareness of your thoughts that are coming in. So even when you move in yoga, you are still moving with that awareness, with that consciousness. That's what yoga is. So yoga and meditation go hand in hand. However, you can do meditation aside of the physical practice of yoga. I hope that answers your question.
I think so. I think we have another question. Trying to read this. Okay. Says that, can you do this on a stool? Because most employees in a fashion workshop use this in terms of space and work setting. So can you do this on a stool?
So it would depend on the person's, I would say, stability. If you have the stability to do it on a stool, you can't do all the postures on a stool, to be very honest. Some of them, would destabilize a person if you have to do it on that high stool. I think I have an idea of the stool they're talking about. So it depends on how high the stool is, depends on the stability of the person. Some of the poses, like just, the stretches on the neck, the stretches on the back, this one that we did, that with the arm, those little ones you can do on a stool. But you can't do everything like the leg stretches, the hip stretches where we did that on a stool because it can, I think, can pose that idea of falling and things. But you can also do this one where we did with the foot, where we did this.
Right.
You can see
The
my foot here.
stool.
So you can do that on the stool because you don't have to have your leg lifted like we did. You can stretch your leg out and just have a nice rotation on your ankles, flex and point your toes, and yeah. So those little ones you
I
can
think
do on,
I think
and
taking out time during
time.
lunch breaks. Taking out time during lunch breaks. I'm trying to add to the answer that taking out time during lunch breaks to find a probably
Yeah.
more comfortable chair in the workplace might actually help. And then you can just do the little exercise. And let me just ask this. How long do you think this exercise can actually take? 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes?
Okay, so what we did today was about 20 minutes. You don't have to do every single thing if you feel like you don't have the time. You can pick and choose what feels. So with yoga, it's always about what feels good for your body, you know. So pick and choose what everything amongst all that we did today. What felt best for you? What did you really feel like worked? You know, pick and choose what feels nice for you, and do those on days when you feel like you don't have to. And when you do have that time for 20 minutes, then do the entire practice. And the reason is that sometimes staying in a particular stretch or pose for a period of time, say 5 to 10 breaths, helps to it just helps the stretch, helps the body really understand that, oh, this feels nice, oh, this feels different, than my habitual pattern. So yeah, it can help just restructure what the mind feels as the normal movements you have during the day.
Sorry, I think I put the question up too early. So we have another question. Says, can yoga exercise replace hitting the gym sometimes?
Personally, personally, I'm not a gym rat. I used to go to the gym often, but man, I got tired. However, my yoga practice replaces hitting the gym almost perpetually because my yoga practice is strong. And that's why I spoke about power yoga. It only depends on what you're able to take. Some people can't take power yoga. Even some buff guys who go to the gym often are very strong. They have core strength. They can't take power yoga because power yoga can be quite intense. You can opt for something called Vinyasa yoga. So all you need to do is put this on YouTube, put this on Google. Vinyasa, Vinyasa. That style of yoga is also very good for strengthening and toning of your muscles. Maybe not losing weight, but perpetual practice helps to strengthen and tone your muscles. So that may be a substitute for hitting the gym for a number of people. It is for me personally. I work on toning my muscles using yoga. I work on core strength using yoga. So yeah, if you wanted me to expand on that question, I'll be happy to.
So did we get this spelling right?
Okay, Vinyasa.
Um,
Vinyasa.
YASA. Okay.
Yes. So that's someone who doesn't enjoy going to the gym but also needs a workout plan. So when you are able to when your body gets used to Vinyasa yoga as a beginner practitioner, you can start to explore power yoga. So power yoga is a lot more intense. But power yoga, some people say that power yoga is great for weight loss for them. So it's really just personal, depends on your body structure, depends on the style of yoga you're doing, depends on the intensity that you can crank up to.
Okay, so I think we have one more question. I can't see any other question there. Is there an age limit to yoga?
Hi, Dominion. Um, no, there is no age limit to yoga, and that's my favorite thing about yoga. It's adaptable to every age, every body structure, every body type, and even disability is not a limitation to yoga. There is yoga for all types of people, however however you are. And I want to make an assumption. So I mean, I may be wrong, of course, but I want to make an assumption because sometimes I learned at the beginning of my yoga practice, a myth that you have to be flexible to do yoga. You have to be flexible to even start yoga in the first place. And that's kind of like saying that I have to be clean to have my bath. And you see that doesn't make sense, right? So yoga adapts to wherever you are in your body. So if a senior, we call them seniors in yoga, an older person, say from their 60s, 70s, 80s, want to have a yoga practice, we structure the classes based on their body type, based on whatever complaints they might have, based on their own goals for the practice. And with time, we find that a lot of people in Nigeria, we have a no jokes in an 89-year-old woman who practices and teaches yoga to seniors. She teaches I think at Anthony in Lagos. She's 89. She's in perfect form. She's very fit, but she doesn't do any other type of gym and workout and things like that. But that's because she has found poses, she has found postures that help her body, that help her stay upright, that help her back, that help with pain. So there is absolutely no age limitation to yoga at all.
Thank you so much. I think the only part B I would like to ask is how easy would it be to communicate yoga to the uneducated, right? To persons who are not necessarily literate. So, amongst fashion employees, you have those who are not educated, right? So they have the skills and they are probably just how do I put it? Um, I'm trying to look for the word. They're probably not English speaking,
Mhm.
and it might be a bit difficult to explain what yoga is. So, do we call it exercise? Okay, we have more questions coming. I think that would be the last question. Would we call it exercise? And how do you communicate this
Uh,
mindfulness, this therapeutic form of exercise to them, right?
yeah.
Because I think
Well,
it's important to be able to describe what it is that you're teaching them.
yes. So I think that for every language, I should believe that for every language, everybody understands the meaning of the mind, the power of your mind, and
Right,
your, so everybody understands what pain is. Everybody understands what injury is. Everybody understands what preventing an injury is. Everybody understands what taking care of your body is. So these are the words that we can use to communicate yoga. We don't have to talk about mindfulness. We may not even have to talk about awareness, but you can simply make them know that um, the things that you are doing, that you are when you are conscious of them, it can impact your well-being. It can improve your health. It can improve your productivity at work. So I think that these are little ways that we can communicate with them, because when people know that, oh, when I do this thing, I would be healthier, I would feel better, the pain would ease off, I would be more productive. I'll probably take less days feeling sick, or feeling sick meaning experiencing the kind of pains that just make me
right,
to get out of bed. I think that these are two ways that we can communicate to them. Yeah, so we don't
right.
necessarily have to say exercise, because not even everybody is open to exercise in the first place. It's like that's
Yeah.
just stressful. So just making them know that, oh, when you are conscious of the things that you do daily, you can improve your way of life, or you can improve your well-being. Pardon me.
Very true. Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much. This has been
Address one thing, if that's okay. So I know that you had mentioned everything else in yoga but namaste. And I know that a lot of people have concerns about yoga. I understand concerns, because I also used to have a lot of concerns about yoga. And I'm a Christian, and I don't play around with, my faith personally. But I'm also aware that so many other
okay.
people who practice yoga are from so many different religions. That's what's amazing about yoga, is that it's not a religion. It's not determined by what religion you practice or where you're coming from as a person. So when we say namaste, namaste simply is a greeting. Namaste is a word that's simply saying I honor you. It's like saying I honor the person in you, or I honor the light in you.
Right,
And
right,
that comes from one of the true virtues of yoga. It's that I am conscious of the way I treat other people, the way I'm conscious of how I treat myself. When I say namaste, is that I honor you. I honor you for being here. I honor you for showing up. I honor you for honoring me as well, because you sitting in front of your screens watching me for a whole hour,
Right.
honoring what I have to say. So when I say namaste,
Right.
I honor you as well. So I just want people to know that yoga is not a woo woo
A
or Buddhist
religion.
kind of.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you
not
for
religious.
clarifying that.
Yes, it's religious. It's not something. There are
I mean,
practices in yoga, however, that some people stay away from, because there are practices in yoga that I stay away from, because just simply because they are not in accordance with who I am as a person and what I choose to practice. So it's know yourself, know what you practice, know who you are, and take what you need to from yoga. Yoga is a fantastic practice. It's all encompassing, but you take what you need from it.
thank you so much for clarifying that. I think that's important because I think that part is a great way to round up this session. Um, I would like to say a big thank you for your time. I look forward to a lot of people asking to meet you personally and working with you, hopefully, meeting with their employees in person and also sharing, possibly even helping the employees with pains and, offering therapeutic services to them. It's been
That'll be
wonderful.
physical and actual physical practice where we have a
Yeah. A lot
and
of fashion. Yes, I look forward to that. We have a career fair coming up in the last quarter of the year. So I'm still thinking about it, how we can incorporate you coming to having a live session with a lot of people. But we will be in touch and I look forward to referring you to as many people as possible. Thank you so much, Yore. It's been
of
awesome.
thank you. And if you want to reach out to me, my Instagram is at yoga_pixie, PIXIE.
Yes, yes, yes. Right here on the screen.
You send an email. I'm happy to respond to emails and questions. So questions that we were not able to answer today, I'm more than happy to respond to emails. You can send an email to Janet, JANET, Janet Sefia, SEFIA, at yahoo.com. And I'm happy to answer whatever questions that we're not able to clarify today. I'm excited to share yoga with the world, with Nigerians, because I know how helpful it is. I know how healing it is. And I know that we need yoga more than we believe we do.
Thank you so much, Yore. It's been a delight to have you here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a wonderful day. If you have more questions, please send in your questions, and we will definitely make sure it gets across to Yoga Pixie. And like we've shared, this is an email. If you need to reach out to have an email, and I would also share our Instagram handle again right here, yoga_pixie. And if you need any of our services, Obsidian Advisory Africa is here for you. We are particular about females in the fashion industry, and wellness is a big part of it. Hence this session. Please make use of this free video. It's available right here on YouTube for you to use with your team and your employees, and for them to come again and again to watch this. I think this is one of the best tools for businesses to use with their employees right now. There's nothing like this in Lagos, Nigeria, and in Africa that I've seen. And I'm glad that Janet could make herself available to do this for us. And we're really grateful. Thank you so much, Janet. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for all the questions. And I'm glad that she was able to provide answers to all these questions. And I'm glad she clarified what yoga is, because I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with yoga somewhere in their mind without saying it out. Thank you, everyone, once again, and have a wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon.
Thank you.
You too, Janet. Have a beautiful day, everyone, and bye bye.